The Spokane teacher shares startling testimony about a murder suspect's behavior just days before the death of his ex-wife. Two teachers took the stand today in the Clay Starbuck murder trial. One to tell him about the affair that he had with the murder victim. The other with a chilling warning that Clay Starbuck gave before his ex-wife turned up dead. Shannon Starbuck was killed inside her Deer Park home in December of 2011. And KXLY4's Ian Cull was in the courthouse for the testimony. Ian, a parade of witnesses today with very different connections to the victim.
There really was. There was a 911 supervisor, the 5th grade teacher of the Starbucks kids, and two of Shannon's dates or former lovers. And the question really swirling around the newsroom, around the courtroom this afternoon, were about the text messages sent from Shannon's phone in the hours after she was killed. Shannon Starbuck's alleged promiscuity seemed to be on trial today. One of the Starbucks children's 5th grade teacher took the stand this morning to recall the conversation she had with the defendant during a parent-teacher conference about Shannon's behavior.
He said, "I wouldn't be surprised if we found her dead. I wouldn't be surprised if we found her with her throat slit open."
Further, the state called Lewis and Clark teacher John Kenline. He says he was having a sexual affair with Shannon. The day of the murder, they were supposed to meet. He went to her house, knocked on the door, and even went to a payphone to call.
I repeatedly called numerous times.
And did you ever get an answer?
No.
Clay Starbuck is also being accused of trying to cover his tracks by sending suggestive texts from Shannon's phone to her boyfriends like Kenline. Prosecutors laid out conversations Kenline had with Shannon's phone in the hours after he attempted to enter the home and hours after she was murdered.
And again, sir, could you read that?
Did you stop by? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
But defense attorneys try to discredit Kenline's intentions, asking his reasoning for trying to open the front door of the house. They also brought up the fact he went to her home 4 times the day she was murdered.
When you got home that evening, after you had attempted to call her several times and go to her house several times, did you call anyone about that concern?
No.
And this afternoon, prosecutors also started bringing up motive, even talking to the Starbuck family dentist at one point, who was recalling a conversation he had with Shannon, who said that she was afraid she might be hurt by Clay because of back child support payments. Nadine?
Ian, what's on tap for tomorrow?
Well, what we know right now, I talked with the defense attorney this afternoon, and he said that there were a number of neighbors waiting out in the hall, so we may start hearing from Shannon's neighbors and what they saw that day starting early tomorrow morning.